Hey, a little boss advice. All of you out there that want to be the boss, you want to be the man, you want to run the show, I got a little advice for you that might prove beneficial. It might save you a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money, even a repo. Look, I've seen this happen so many times where a person will be performing. By the way, you probably know who I am by now, right? You've been jacked on the YouTube channel, these 4,000 videos here. If you hadn't subscribed, hey, look forward to you doing that. I love your comments, appreciate likes, dislikes, just love the engagement. So I know some of these you're gonna like, some of them you aren't gonna like. You might not like this one. I've seen this happen so many times where people are like, hey, when do I go out on my own, Grant? When do I quit working for the man and go be the man? Okay, so here's the deal. I'll give you an example of a guy works for a company. He's doing well. He's starting to perform, makes a little money, banks a little money, starts like doing well. Okay, he's taking good advice. He's going out, he's stacking his paper, getting the money right. Girl or guy, guy or girl, whatever, okay? Gets in a relationship, new relationship comes along, and the girlfriend says, you should be the boss. You should go out on your own. Maybe the mom says, when you gonna go on your own? Maybe a buddy, they're out having drinks. When you gonna go do the deal? You're good. Maybe a client that they're supporting, but you're good, you should go out on your own. And this person, it gets in their head, starts tweaking their head, okay? Get a little more success where they're working. Numbers are going up, gets a trophy, makes a little money, banks a little money. Girlfriend, he takes her clothes off, and then he takes her advice. Look, just because you take somebody's clothes off doesn't mean you take their advice. You're gonna run into people in your life that crawl inside your head, okay? They're gonna tell you you're ready to go out and be on your own, but you don't have the resources, you don't have the know-how, you don't have the persistence, you don't have the clientele, and you don't know how long it's gonna take. And by the way, she don't either. She has no clue how long it's gonna take or what it's gonna take from her for you to be the boss and make it work. So what happens is, I've seen this happen at least 50 times in my career. People that came to work for me, started doing well, girlfriend comes in their life, you need to be the boss. You know why she's saying that? Because she didn't want to tell her friends that you work for somebody else. Her ego is fragile. She has a fantasy that she sleeps with the boss, the man. She wants to tell her friends without knowing how hard it is, how much time it takes, how much work it takes. Look, the first deal I went out on, the girl I was with, neither one of us were ready. That's blinding. Neither one of us were ready for what it took to be a boss. And the relationship failed, okay? We had no idea. I had no idea how long it was gonna take, how much money it was gonna take, how many nights away from home it was gonna take. I didn't know, nobody knows. And what happens is it destroyed the relationship. Neither one of us were ready for it. Hey, Elena, as awesome as Elena is, I don't know if she could have made it through what it took in the beginning. 3 years of no income. So look, just because you can go take a photo looking like a boss, just because you can do the profile shot looking like a boss, just because you got a new suit, a new car, doesn't make you a boss. Just because your girlfriend or your buddy thinks it's time for you to go be the boss, doesn't mean it's time to go be the boss. Oh, by the way, it doesn't mean you will ever be a boss. Because here's the deal. Number one, if you take your advice from people that only have part of the picture, in most cases just the fairy tale, if you take your advice from that person, you're never going to be a boss, okay? Being a boss requires writing checks, going into debt, requires getting rid of people, hiring people. I know people that want to be the boss, they can't sign a check, okay? So like, just because you can lease a car doesn't make you a boss, right? Just because you can dress like a boss, get a nice pair of shoes, just because you can buy clothes at boss doesn't mean you're ready to be a boss. So the moral of the story is this. Look, not everybody's meant to be a boss, number one. Number two, most people fail as a boss. They should never be the boss. Number 3, moral of the story. You're not ready to be a boss if you haven't taken on the roles of boss where you're already performing. So a trick to find out whether you're ready is if you're a top performer in your company, maybe you are ready. What you should do is step into a boss role and see if you can keep your performance up and be the boss there. Steve Ballmer worked for Microsoft. He's one of the richest people in the world. He was never the boss, okay? He got in the right vehicle with the right group, with the right team. By the way, what are you going to be a boss of if there's no team? There's no team. You're the only person, and you're coming home at night ragged out, and now the girlfriend who encouraged you to go be the boss because she wanted to tell her friends you were the boss. She's like, where you at? Where are you all the time? Why are you always gone? I'm trying to be a boss, babe. Okay. He loses the girlfriend. He loses the car. He loses all the money he put away, and he starts over from scratch. That's the moral of the story, folks, for most people, okay? If you think you're ready to be the boss, okay, you should talk to some other bosses first, not to your girlfriend first, okay? Talk to some bosses first. Find out what it really takes. If you're not going to go get consulting, counsel from people that have been a boss, and you're going to take your counsel from people that have never been a boss, check it out. You're not even boss in your own condo. You're not even boss of your own life. You're not even boss in your own 24 hours. How are you going to be a boss 365 days of the year? Look, you guys know Grant Cardone always just cuts through to the truth. You like me, you hate me, you like this advice, you don't like this advice. I'd love to see what you think. How many people have you seen crash and burn because they went off to be the boss? How many marriages have you seen destroyed, relationships destroyed, cars picked up and repoed, houses lost because some dude said, hey, I gotta be the boss. My ego's so freaking fragile. I'm gonna put on my business card, boss. I'm gonna have a website that's my name. It's gonna be my deal. Post in comments. I'd love to see what you have here, okay? There is a time when you are ready to go out on your own. It shouldn't take 3 years like it did me. I was not ready to be a boss the first time I became a boss. By the way, I wasn't a boss for 25 years. I was a worker in a company that I owned. For the first 3 years, wasn't worth owning, and the 4th and 5th years was barely worth owning. So it takes more to being a boss than just your girlfriend giving you advice. Remember this, just because you can take her clothes off doesn't mean you take her advice, okay? Hey, I look forward to your comments. Appreciate you subscribing to my channel here. Love your comments, love your feedback, even love the dislikes. I know there's like 6 or 7 people that dislike my video every time I drop, no matter what I say, so I love you guys too, okay? My name's Grant Cardone. I'll be here for you to help you in everything sales, business, relationships, and not even that car can make you a boss, son. Whoa.